if you have concerns, whether it's time or cost or whether it will work, give it a month. I think if I remember correctly, you had like a money back guarantee, Alex. I certainly never needed to take you up on that, but just give it a shot, because for me, it was really about the time. I was thinking, will this investment of time really, you have to think about every minute, every hour when you are a founder and everything's going sort of full steam ahead. And very, very quickly, I think it was maybe even the first session, but if not that, the first couple of weeks or few weeks, I really felt like, wow, this is some of the best return on investment of my time I'm getting at the moment. I'm really glad we're doing this. So give it a shot, see how it goes for you. I'm 100% confident recommending Alex as a coach, and I'm sure you will be happy.
You can see the people who are most successful in life are the people who can provide perspective and can have perspective. And I think perspective perhaps is one of the things that we as humans are weakest at. In the moment, it seems like such a small thing. It seems like just a small light bulb that kind of goes off in your head, and you might not get excited about it. But those shifts in perspective, it's like a change in the course of a boat. Like it just seems like, 1 degree off change. Like you might go from here to all of a sudden here, and now you're just going straight here. But what you might not have realized is there's a huge iceberg over here that you just missed. And so you don't get to see that. That's what I realized. You don't get to see the iceberg that you just missed. You don't feel it, but it doesn't mean it wasn't there. And I think that's where coaching is really, really helpful, because you don't have the experience as the captain of your own boat to kind of see everything around you. But having somebody who has charted those waters before guide you goes a long way. And so that's something that I always appreciate about working with Alex.
So if anyone were to ask me and just my experience or thoughts on working with Alex, I would say it's one of the best decisions that I've made really in my entire entrepreneurial business career. There's a lot of programs that they just like talk about getting rich or something. But the cool thing with Alex is like that it's not just about like growth for growth's sake. It's a large part of what he talks about is like, what do you actually want to get to and how to get there?
The most amazing thing that you have, Alex, is this ability to make people feel like, oh, you can do that. Like you can get through that. Like, and you make everything feel like, oh, this is so easy. It's like no big deal. Just do it. And sometimes I wanted to scream at you and be like, no, it is a big deal. And I feel like there were times with like stupid things, like working on a website when it's like, don't you understand how hard this is for me? And you're like, no, Brigitte, just do it. But that was actually exactly what I needed, was in my own head, this is this big surmountable problem, and confronting the idea of like, no, it doesn't have to be so hard, and you don't have to overthink everything, and you can get through it. And I'm definitely an overthinker. And so that piece of just fast movement was the challenging part, but also like what I needed in that moment.
If you want your business to be successful, like it's a no-brainer to work with Alex. He knows what he's doing. He's got the track record and he's good at coaching. And to have like all of that in one place is very rare. There's a ton of coaches, but if you dig into track record, like not a lot of coaches have sold their businesses to massive companies and like generated millions in revenue and done what Alex has done. But they might be great coaches. Alex has both. He has the experience and he's great at coaching. And as long as he's doing coaching, definitely something to take seriously because it can be a perspective that Alex brings can be the difference between, making it and not making it.
You were available, you were helpful, and you knew how to bring other people into the conversation in areas where you kind of felt that maybe your answer alone is not enough, or maybe you felt some other people can add more information there. So I think that was very useful. So it's not like only Alex answers questions. It's like Alex pushes us forward individually and as a group, and that's part of your personality, that you know how to do that.
I like the times when we're really tactical and like talking through the shorter term of things. Yeah, I mean, first of all, I'd say that if they're serious about changing and growing their business, that it's definitely worth looking at, because the things that I've learned are life-changing. I mean, that's dramatic, but they're really changing how I think about myself and my business, and where my business meets my personal life and my life for my family. And that's like the really long-term great stuff. It's a pretty safe bet, because I mean, I think business itself is a pretty good financial vehicle, and then things you can do to make your business better just makes that already good financial vehicle even better.
With Claf, it's really interesting because, you know, you've actually built this out for yourself. You know, you've gone through all these different iterations. You've done WP Curve. You've seen the highs and the lows and the successes on the, what people perceive as the successes on the outside, and how it actually made you feel. And I think that is like one of the best portions about working with you, is that you're super real. You're very introspective, and you know how to translate that to other people. And not only that, but you help people get results, which is, you know, what everybody ultimately wants.